Oh, that was sick! Oh my god! What the f? Since I'm playing someone I normally wouldn't, I'm doing something I normally wouldn't. I don't have jorts. Who the f owns jorts? That'll work. So that was probably the coolest combo that I've ever done. I'm not even playing as Axel. Faust just did it for me. But right here is some of the stuff a zoner can do. Whew. I used to not like Axel or zoners, yet as I played him, I got a weird amount of respect for it, as you see here in this clip, so that's pretty neat. Let's break down his moves and what he does best first. 5P covers a huge range and only has 7 frames to start up. It's great after IBing a string that pushes far, or if they try to set up. It threatens standing characters or those that think they're safe walking forward. It's very low committal, so don't be too afraid to throw it out, especially end of round. Air counter gives you a tiny float you can combo off of, usually with Sparrowhawk, which we will get into more later. Speaking of float, as the wiki says, 5P is the bane of Eno since it limits her movement and usual approaches, like her float, causing her to take huge risks. 5P also isn't a bad round start option. Here's what a usual combo looks like. It can be low profiled, so beware. 19 frames of recovery is not nothing. Most can crouch 5P and some can run right under it. On the bright side, there is a hitbox on his hand. It can also hit backwards, so that's neat. Be aware that there is an extended hurt box, so that's a thing. For when they crouch 5P, there's 2P. It effectively is the same thing. It helps you start your keep away game. One of the only 2Ps in the game that's actually a low. Most are 2Ks or 2Bs. Sadly, it doesn't hit the ground, so this can happen. Pestering and Gatling into 6H is going to keep you in control. Same thing though, just watch that hurt box. Here's me first time not knowing Axel's potential up close. I don't know how to do anything up close. I don't think he has up close things.
I don't think he has those things.
He has no buttons up close, turns out. And now, knowing the Gatling options, creating a unique high-low pressure situation while keeping a relatively safe distance. Plus, you don't have to be afraid of going in when you use the universal mechanics either, so just do this. Here's your best friend, 5K. Your go-to fastest button at 6 frames for mashing out of pressure, my favorite thing. It's the one you threaten with after your plus normals or specials. Now for my favorite button in Guilty Gear, 6P. It wouldn't be a Lucid button masher video if I didn't show the absurdities of a character 6P. If it doesn't beat something clean, it will clash, as you see in this danger time here. Funny. It floats on counter hit, allowing comedic timing to be achieved. Its hang time allows for IED follow-ups, which are my favorite to do since it is jump cancelable. It even sets up bomber loops depending on the height and character weights, so that's super sick. That upper body invuln, safety from the threat of the likes of James Ryujin. Some foreshadowing on the cool extensions after mid-screen Axel Bomber here. Oh, it did work! Oh, I didn't pick it up though! Once again, not Slayer 6P, so it can lose to unexpected situations or expected situations like Soul JP, that monstrosity. Since your defense isn't great, and certain anti-airs aren't fast, it's always great to work on your air throws. Great for blowing up the fake offense. Get that shit out of here. Sorry, after you drop a bomber loop. This also has a tendency to toss them into the corner, but not actually in the corner, so unexpected mixes are rampant. Even burst throws aren't safe. But you know what is safe? Me from your dead angle, since I'm a zoner. A good normal for these mixes is JH, since it can hit cross and hit so low, it can even hit on the way up, if you're ready for it. Now for the bread and butter neutral. Jump back ass. Great for pestering, and it sets you up for zoning. You can jump in with it too, as it hits twice and backies them in for a combo. Use it to get out, get in, or the 2 hits, being great for getting rid of Eddie or Dizzy projectiles. Hitting the actual floor, as evidenced by poor May 3K. The vacuum effect also works in the air, pulling them in for more pressure, and keep that risk by the way. But what if you wanted the JS to hit straight down? Well, J2S has your back. Round Star is a great option, but you can also use it as an instant overhead with meter to pick it up afterwards. Counterhead gives you a float, letting me do this cool impromptu combo that Guilty Gear is known for. Oh, sick. Use YRC to keep yourself safe when you poke, otherwise this will happen a lot. But it's very tempting to just throw it out, so live and learn when you do throw it out. Ooh, what the f***? You can really checkmate yourself being in counterhit state with it, just like this. Oh my god, no! Sometimes learning is for the dumb, so check out with it anyway and just win anyway. It's fine. If you need more horizontal aerial zoning, J6P has you covered. Look at that range.
What the?
It can come in clutch when you least expect it due to its range.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, alright, that works.
They're pretty mobile, so use that to fill the screen with chains and other bullshit. J6P is used in place of 2S to pick up, but can still drop on certain lightweights. Like if J6P doesn't hit though, J6K will, as it has a much higher range, great for chasing, jumping people, checking opponents. J6K also hits twice, vacuums on the second hit, as most others do, and allows for bomber loops or just more pressure on block. As usual, if you don't hit it right, the vacuum effect might just let them grab you afterwards. There are some extended hurt boxes, but the main thing is how you end it. Axle Bomber might be out of range, and takes an effort to land if they're far.
Oh, that works.
Aerial Haymaker JD speaks for itself.
Oh no.
It launches on regular and counter hit, great for simple mixes and pickup with 5P. Throw it in after a JH to go for an air combo instead of a knockdown. Its untech time lets you get really creative with relands. I didn't hit this full thing, but that's the idea.
Oh, it worked! Let's go! Oh.
It really is crazy how long you have, even on a regular hit, to pick it up. But on counter hit and near the wall, you have time to file your taxes and come back to pick that up.
Oh my god, that worked? What the frick?
You don't even need to be near them or be facing the right way. Poor Slayer.
What?
6B is great and all, but this vertical sniper has 2 hits and is the most versatile move to use on offense and defense.
Oh, wow.
Jump cancel for your usual air combos or burst throw. I've used this quite a lot to catch tech outs, and you can just loop the situation if they let you. They burst, 2S. If you burst, 2S. Despite having an extended hurt box, it usually retracts fast enough to be burst safe. Think like Johnny normals. Just don't use it up close since it only really has a further hitbox.
Oh, what the f.
Once again, it comes down to knowing your normals and their weight to follow up effectively.
No.
2S not horizontal enough to catch their tech outs? 6K, baby. You know the drill with these K normals at this point. 2 hits, vacuum, the works. If they're not right above you and they're trying to avoid your 2P or 5P, 6K is your answer. 2 hits lets you win a lot of clash situations like this poor chip. Jump cancel on the first or the second hit, so be ready for the inevitable burst. Because of the 6K's angle, a blitz attack usually lets you follow up.
Oh, almost.
As long as you know their weights and position.
Oh.
Corner, of course, makes this easier since they fly closer to you. Same as 2S, where it's decently burst safe and can hit much lower for random pickups, like on this Oneself.
Oh, that was a good pick. That's good. Okay, extended hurt box. Good to know.
As good as it is, you're still putting yourself out there. Hurt boxes be damned, but hey, you know, zoner needs to be balanced, so if you throw a kid out willy-nilly, you're gonna get smacked.
What the f did you hit me with? What? Oh my god!
Oh my god.
You can even whiff up close, kind of like 2S. I really should have 6K'd earlier there.
What the? Oh.
Like 5P, it has a lot of recovery. I tried to block here, but wasn't recovered yet. Trying to avoid those mid buttons. 2K under that nonsense. 4 sins, far S, and dead angle avoid roll. Sticking out the toes. No flowers for your boy, Axel. He's taken. Here's the first time I realized that you don't always have to 6P Johnny Super.
I was not ready.
And here's me doing 2K under every Johnny's Wake Up since there's no risk anymore. Here's one I only started to use late in my Axel mini main, 3P. It's command normal I kind of forgot about due to its input and not learning the Gatlings yet. It's a +2 low that's distant and disjointed and has no hurt box. This means it can't get hit, kind of like 2S and 5P as easily, letting you safely poke and avoid reversals. And man, once you bait said reversal, the world is your British oyster. That's a stupid line. God damn it. Leave a like. 5H is a bit slow and usually just combo filler, but on counter hit it gives you 5D, which is neat. It's also disjointed with enough hit stun to follow up with Rensen. Now for the better H button, and I think it's pretty defining for an actual normal. 6H is an overhead that's +1, takes you off the ground, letting you avoid some pretty large normals with ease. Bike Encounter, Raven 2H, Kai 2S, Soul Far S, no match. Normally you can't combo from it, so RC's is the usual approach, looks like this. But if you hit at the tail end of its hitbox or meaty on their wake up, you can pick it up with 2K or 5K.
Oh, it's meaty. Let's go.
You can also scoop out of the air, and if it counter hits, the world is your British shepherd's pie. That's a thing to eat, right? You might have seen in the intro in the video, but it tends to cross up or just straight up hop over the opponent, making for some silly situations.
What the?
On a much better note, it hits the ground, meaning Ground Viper gets blown up for free. You being off the ground lets you avoid its hits until you hit him, unless it's dragon installed and whatever the bloody hell's going on here. Probably the most known Axel normal here is 2H. It pushes them far away and it usually cancels into Rensen from the pushback. As usual, 2 hits, but this one does hit low, kind of like 2P, so use that to beat blitzes. The second hitbox is pretty generous, so you can catch people with what looks like the 2H reeling back in.
Oh my god. Oh, that worked. What the f?
Fun fact, the second hit's actually a mid, so Jam can parry. Yeah, I was confused here. Alright, I've been dancing around them this whole time, but specials. So Rensen or Sickle Flash, you want to weave in and out of your 2H pokes, and you really will want to use this move all the time. It's a charge move, but 2H gives you plenty of time to have it up and ready. Pair it with Y or C, and this is your get-in free tool, aka Super Dash. Threaten near full screen with Rensen RC, especially if they throw anything out, since it's a projectile, completely disjointed from you.
Let's go.
Just make sure you have the meter, since even full screen, the recovery is pretty bad if you don't do a follow-up, which we will get to.
That recover's insane.
Bless, it beats Ground Viper too. And it has high projectile clash level, leaving most on its way in, shown by the shared brain cell here.
Oh.
So for example, Charge Stun Edge has 3 hits, Rensen just deletes it. Even the follow-up 8 up clashes.
Oh.
Just beware projectiles that will beat it like Leo's Word.
Oh, really?
And the Gamma Boom. A good technique is frame trapping with Rensen after 2D or 5H, any normals.
Yeah.
Or you can just delay the follow-up, in this case, 2. 2 hits low, so it can beat high blitz. It hits many times, so it can guts crush as well.
Hey, alright.
Kind of like air throw, Rensen 2 pulls them out of the corner just slightly, so you can cross them up and initiate your 4-way mix. Frontside low for a full combo. Or even cross up JD for a launcher start.
So f***ed up.
Use a Thunder Shadow Chain or Rai as an easy cross-up. We'll get to that later. The more common follow-up I mentioned briefly, 8 or up in this case. The correct answer for when they jump over your Rensen projectiles.
Ooh.
Hits directly above you and a little behind you too, so it'll protect from vertical counterattacks. After an air combo, you can cover the ground with Rensen, and if they tech, just hit up. Easy confirm. As is tradition, there is a dead zone right in front of Axel.
Oh, you... Alright, fine.
But also, as tradition, expect backwards hits with tricky characters like Chip and Slayer.
What?
Here's a little more of that behind hitbox I was talking about.
Oh my god.
God.
Alright.
Depending on when you hit it, you can easily follow it.
Oh, come on.
As Axel, you're going to have to block a lot. When that time comes, just kidding, he has a counter, I'll never block again. I mean, as a Slayer player, I wasn't planning on blocking it, so this is a great alternative. The only catch is you have a high counter and a low counter, kind of like Viking Sazami. You get your free follow-up from it, usually like with 5P. Just note the counter doesn't work on projectiles, as you can see me getting countered here. Projectile setups are scary in this situation, but if they try to hit you first, like with May 6K, you got it. And I cannot tell you how mad I am that it does not work on Burst.
Oh, it doesn't work. No.
But it works on Super, so
That's neat.
of course there's Blitz, but why not mix it up? It's not frame 1 active, so you gotta pick where you want to wedge the countering block strings. Of course, round start is a safe option, as most lows won't hit from here, and you can really stick it to those reverses as well. Here's counter getting stuffed since I didn't do it early enough.
What?
There are times where it will hit behind you and follow-ups are getting pretty tough.
Alright.
To make up for this though, counter activates from anywhere. So if you're feeling ballsy against a far poker, it's a safe bet.
What the f...
Alternate with the low one against long low pokes, of course.
Oh!
And poor Faust's scalpel, you don't even need a 6P here. Here's a silly move I remember getting hit with a lot at a local when I first was learning the game.
Funny.
I was like, why does a zoner get a distance closing cross up over there? That's broken. Meanwhile, I was playing Chip at the time, so I was the idiot. It's +1, so get your 5Ks ready afterwards, and it sometimes can avoid some moves. Kind of surprised since Raven Super can hit cross here usually.
Oh! Interesting.
It can be pretty enabling, but it is a bit slow at 28 frame startup, similar to 5D. It is good at catching backdashes and bowling those in the corner with the illusion of cross-up that fooled me at the time.
Cross? Wait, what is that side?
Though paired with RC, you can end up on the side you're choosing, so counter hit gives a huge flow with plenty of time to prepare.
Oh, yeah.
This is where Rensen 2 follow-up shines, as I already showed beforehand. So honestly, just using it during a tech-out situation to cause chaos works wonders. YRC with it to cross the screen quite quickly for a zoner, and do it with style. Really lets you assess the situation, as all YRCs do, so you can avoid attacks and blitzes. Rye YRC air throw might be one of my favorite uses, since air throws are sick.
Whoa, that was sick!
I mean, look, even a DP, yeah.
That was sick.
As usual, be wary of their anti-air, since they are king in Guilty Gear.
Oh my god!
And you know, make sure you actually hit them with it instead of using it too short.
Oh.
Okay.
Air throw is the best answer.
Oh.
I knew it.
What do you mean?
I'm like, he's gonna do it again.
Remember when I said his defense isn't great? Yeah, just kidding, there's a DP also. Yeah, not only does he have the counter, but a DP too. Thank you, Dice Kid. But I won't lie, this makes Axel one of the most accessible zoners for a monkey brain rushdown like me. Using in block strings you don't want to participate in, and its iframes are pretty generous, though I might have nullified the projectile at this point here. It is a bit small, so don't whiff it, obviously. Make sure you put their hitboxes on you when you do it. As mentioned, the DP nullifies projectiles for some reason.
Oh, interesting.
Rensen is better in every way regarding projectile nullification, but it's neat that you can hit them and avoid the fireballs. Like here, with Faust Poison, or even Johnny's Coin, along with Johnny himself. As they say in Britain, keep calm and f***ing DP, you bloody What am I saying? I'm not saying that line. I'm gonna skip that.
Oh, let's go. No!
This jam puffball interaction was wild. Red X of shame initially, but I was able to RC after I hit her without getting hit myself somehow. You may feel like you can do anything with it, just don't think you can beat DI Soul DP.
No, thank you. Oh, okay, fine.
Don't forget the dead angle if you're forced to block and...
I knew it! Ooh, come here, bitch, let's go! That was sick! Sorry. That was sick. That was so sick.
This was me when I was making this video.
I thought I had the command grab. Duh.
Yeah, why not give the zoner a command grab that's almost full screen also. Using in block strings, it can be pretty good when you have been conditioning them to block with frame trap Rensen. It could be command dashing, whiffing a DP, or dropping a combo. As long as they're on the ground, they'll get it again. Except if they're too far.
What?
Here's roughly the range.
What? Excuse me?
There's no visual on Dust Loop that shows its real range, but it works here.
Okay, it works that time.
Command grab is a backup and shouldn't be the plan. RC to catch them if they're jumping over it. You can RC after the explosion if you need to kill, but it's pretty harshly scaled. But you can RC right as it gets caught, that you can just wait out the RC scaling and do a full unscaled combo.
Not over yet.
Waiting until the screen brightens again is your cue to hit them. This long period is long enough to even do an instant kill if you're a scumbag like me. Now for the real reason Axel can full screen zone. If they commit to something full screen, Sparrowhawk Sense is going to blow them up. You can only follow up if you hit them, while whiffing and blocking is not going to work. Start with Sparrow S to hit them low to the ground, but it's not actually low. It's great for Ground Viper spammers or crouching full screen.
No, thank you.
Sparrow P is more for incoming high flyers or air dashes, or even with Faust trying to super jump way up there. I really love denying Milia from super jumping and throwing pin. Same with Bedman, his bed drops.
So good.
Run up stance is a gimmick, but can bait stuff. So fun fact, looks like Sparrow's beating projectiles, but the hitbox is actually hitting them before my hurtbox comes out, which usually cancels the opponent's fireball. But in this case, I didn't kill Kai in time, so the fireball still hit me and killed me afterwards. YRC or press H to exit the stance. P or C if you miss and just do it again, and again, and again, and then bait them into an air throw. With full meter, good luck escaping the barrage of chains. Even if they burst, you can just PRC and do it again, and most just accept their fate. You can really play an entire round just spamming Sparrow if you're conditioning them enough. I sped this up, a bit since it can get a little bit boring to watch and play against, but man, this is really the epitome of zoning and I get why it's fun. Which is when I realize how good of a zoner I really can be. Their whole MO is going to be to avoid watching that cutscene of a combo, so dodges and backdashes are going to be prevalent.
Backdash. Oh no!
As expected, dead zone in front, so be prepared to RC or get punished.
Oh no!
Extended and lingering hurt boxes are awful, but such is the balancing of a Dhalsim-like character. Though it can look pretty silly, like was why hitting off screen here.
What the f*** did that hit?
Or with the funny mini-fouls as well.
Oh, come on.
Time for a knowledge check. What do you think happens during this part of the stance?
What? It is unblockable when it charges.
It can be a common sight to see when people don't have the matchup knowledge and just want to respect the zoning by blocking.
He doesn't know it's unblockable? He doesn't know it's unblockable?
If they know they can get hit by just standing there, they're going to want to jump, but FD's not going to save them here either. Bike encounter, Raven parry, it's not going to work, so they have to blitz. Just not like this. Full screen K will hit all crouchers, so use this when you are in unblockable state. You're in control when you release it, so just wait them out. Shark Strike is an okay super. It sucks them in at plus 11, and it's great to use after like a block 2H. Some use some combos as it staggers standing and tumbles on an air hit, like after a sweep, but you won't see it very often. I put Axle Bomber at the end since I consider it just as, if not more important than his other supers. This thing loops in the corner due to its crazy amounts of hit stun, done by DPing in the air immediately after leaving the ground, aka a tiger knee motion. It's one of the hardest things next to learnings out there that I've had to do since I play on analog. Yes, I'm a maniac, but it's out damage and is the reason you want to go in and corner them even as Axel.
Oh, sweet.
You can even do mid-screen bomber loops. You can follow up with 5P Rensen for a knockdown. You'll mess up TK bomber loops pretty often, so just be ready to air throw them. Act like it was a reset the whole time. There's still a lot of hit stun, so they may tech out real low to the ground, so, you know, just get good. Besides reversals, this is the main reason I use Sickle Storm Super to kill after a bomber loop. To wrap this video up like Axel wants to wrap Inu up in chains, I didn't respect zoners before, and honestly it's not entirely gone, but playing Axel really opened my eyes as to why people like zoners. I'll still never understand Justice or the Blaze Blue robots, but I don't need to. I'm British now. It might be a bit different for me since I like to keep them away until I get enough meters so I can just spend it in and go in and do bomber loops. But I can't deny standing on the other side of the screen doing Sparrow stance for 30 whole seconds. It didn't make me feel like I was some kind of genius. Just like I enjoyed doing a new format for a character, I hope you enjoyed this new format. Hope seeing my face brought back memories of me streaming back in the day. But if it's new to you, I figured I would do a mini cosplay. It might be cool, but maybe it's cringe. I don't know. But I kind of look like Leo, and he's up next, so I might pull that off a little bit better. Do all the YouTube things, and let me know if I should go back to my old style. Maybe I'll save that for when I do my other videos, but who knows at this point. Peace. Also, I've been Jording this whole time. Just can't see him because I don't feel like panning down.